Hello and welcome to Scouting Vermont Adventure Awaits, Episode 2. I'm Ed Gelbar.
And I'm Nicole Powell.
We're local scouting leaders, and we brought some scouts with us today, and they're going to tell you why scouting is an adventure that you should be a part of. Miss Nikki?
Hi. So I am the committee chair at PAC 116, and we have brought Jacob James with us. Jacob, can you tell us what rank in Cub Scouts you are?
I am AOL in Cub Scouts.
Yeah. What do you think of Cub Scouts?
I think it's really fun and exciting.
You do? What are some of the fun things that you do?
We did model rockets that we launched in the air. We've done volcanoes that we actually used a chemical reaction to make an erupt.
We did, for sure. What other fun things have we done?
Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood Derby, yes, absolutely. That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get to make your own car?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's really fun to actually build it and race it.
Absolutely. And there's trophies at the end too, right?
Yeah.
Even if your car runs off the track, you get a cool trophy, huh?
Yeah, and one of my favorites has to be the crash and burn trophy. If a car breaks on the track, you'll get a crash and burn trophy.
Yeah.
So that's probably the easiest way to get a trophy.
Yeah. What do you think is the most important thing about Cub Scouts?
Being helpful for others and being kind.
Great job. Absolutely. Thanks for coming on our show today. What do you think? One more question. What do you think you would tell somebody who would like to join Cub Scouts?
It's really fun and exciting. You should join.
Awesome. I love it. Next up, we're going to have Jack Kulig join us. Hey, Jack. How you doing?
Good.
Hi, Jack.
You want to move a little closer? Just a little. There you go. All right, so Jack, what rank are you in Cub Scouts?
Wolf.
You're a wolf? Have you done a lot of fun things?
Yes.
Yeah, like what?
Hikes.
You've gone on a lot of hikes, huh?
Fishing.
You've done fishing. Did you go to summer camp this year?
Yes.
You did? Did you have a lot of fun?
Yes.
What was your favorite thing about summer camp?
Playing kickball.
Playing kickball. That was a lot of fun. What else did we do?
Make wands.
We did make wands because our theme was what?
Harry Potter.
We had a Harry Potter themed summer camp this year. It was a lot of fun. Absolutely.
Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, Jack.
Oh, hello there. My name is Maddox and I'm a Cub Scout. I'm here to talk to you today about becoming a Cub Scout like me. Who here knows what Cub Scouts do? Well, since this is a video, I'm just going to tell you about what they do and let's see if you're right. Cub Scouts get badges for doing fun activities and we make friends. Scouts go camping, climbing, fishing, and swimming together. We have fun. We play sports and go to parades. Scouts also help people and become the very best versions of themselves. Scouts become future leaders too. In fact, some Scouts have even made history. Did you know that some of our former presidents, astronauts, award-winning scientists, and actors were Scouts when they were your age? Here's an example of something Cub Scouts get to do each year. Wait for it. We use our skills to make rockets and then we fly them. So, who wants to become a Cub Scout? Okay, well, this is still a video, so I'm going to need you to let me know in a different way. If you want to join, visit beascout.org to find a pack near you, get any questions answered, and sign up for Cub Scouts online. Make sure you have an adult help you with that part though. Hey, thanks for watching my video, and I hope to see you again soon as a Cub Scout like me.
Welcome, Caden.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
So how long have you been involved in scouting?
A decade next month.
Decade next month. Wow. That's pretty cool. What's one thing that you've done in Scouts that you're proud of?
Probably being inducted into the Order of the Arrow.
That's excellent. We have another Scout that's going to come up later and talk about the Order of the Arrow a little bit more. If you were going to tell some of the Scouts or people that are potential to be Scouts things they could look forward to doing as a Scout, what would some of those things be?
Probably that you'll have a lot of fun, and the enjoyment of helping others in your community is out of this world, in lack of a better terms, one of the best things you can do.
Outside of camping, is there any special trips you've been on?
My troop has been on several different trips. We say every couple of years we go down to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and do the tour around the Gettysburg battlefield. We went to New York 2 years ago before COVID.
Kane, if somebody your own age or even somebody as young as Jack asked you why they should join Scouting, what would you tell them?
I'd tell them, do it. It's some of the best adventures you'll have in your life, and you'll meet some of your best friends along the way. And that'll even grow, some friends even grow to become family.
Thank you, Caden.
My name is Kathleen, and I'm a Cub Scout. I'm here to talk to you today about becoming a Cub Scout like me. Cub Scouts get badges for doing fun activities, and we make friends. Scouts go camping, climbing, fishing, and swimming together. We have fun, we play sports, and go to parades. Scouts also help people and become the best versions of themselves. Visit beascout.org to find a pack near you.
Hi, Grace.
Hi.
How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Excellent. So, Grace, you're part of the freshman class of the female BSA Scouts in the Green Mountain Council. What drew you to the program?
Well, originally I had started Girl Scouts when I was younger, and it's not something I exactly enjoyed because I was more interested in camping and doing outdoor activities. So when I first heard that BSA had opened its doors for everyone, I was so excited to join and try.
Can you tell us about a couple of experiences that you've had since you've joined Scouts that you think will impact or affect your life as you move on?
I've learned a lot of first aid, which is very helpful, and they've prepared me for, I think, almost every emergency situation I can think of. And it gives me this multitude of knowledge that I hold that I think is extremely helpful for anyone.
If you were trying to recruit a scout, whether male or female, it doesn't matter, what would you tell them to help them become interested in the program?
One of my favorite things when I just started doing Scouts was camporees. They were the most fun and exciting thing that new Scouts talked about is the giant campouts with everyone from local troops, and it's nice to build a Scout family.
So you said there's groups from all different Scouts, like from all over, say, Ethan Allen District?
Oh, of course. All over Vermont, even.
Well, thank you, Grace. Did you have anything else you'd like to add about Scouting?
It's worth it, the commitment. It's worth putting your time into.
Thank you very much. Coming up next, we have Nate Cannell. Nate Cannell is an Eagle Scout, an older Scout, and he's going to come and talk about some of the things that keep older Scouts involved and interested.
Hi, Mr. G.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic.
As I said, you're an Eagle Scout. Takes a little bit of commitment to make it that far?
It does. It's something that I've been working towards since I first joined Scouting, and it's a long road, but definitely worth it for all the adventures and experiences I've had along the way.
As an older Scout, what are some of the things that you have done that's kept you interested? And I know Caden mentioned the Order of the Arrow. You happen to be the chief for Agipole Lodge, which is for the whole state of Vermont for Order of the Arrow. Can you tell us a little bit about that first?
Yep, so the Order of the Arrow is the National Honor Society for Scouting. It's essentially the best of the Scouters. They are elected by their own members of their troop, so it's really great recognition for those Scouts because they are living by the Scout oath and law to the best of their abilities. And the wonderful opportunity about it is that you get to meet Scouts from outside of your own troop and get to really interact with some of the best Scouts that the program has to offer. And through that, I've definitely kept my own interest and engagement because I've had those opportunities to connect with so many members that I otherwise would have had very small interactions with, and instead have come across a plethora of brothers and sisters that I can firmly say that I enjoy spending time with.
Excellent. I know you and I in 2017 took part of a national event that brought Scouts in somewhere around, 30,000 Scouts onto one property from all over the country. Can you tell us a little bit about what we did together?
Well, we went to the National Jamboree held at Vegetable Reserve down in West Virginia, and we had an opportunity to do a pre-trip out. We went to DC, we went to a college and got to stay there, use the pool that was available. There is a plethora of different activities available at National Jamboree. We got to do an extensive shooting course. There was a STEM program there. There was several different rock shows and such that they had to really hype us all up, as well as scuba diving. There's so many different opportunities that are brought forward at National Jamboree and at other national events because they really want to bring us all in and really get us hyped about scouting again. So,
was there a national guest speaker that came too?
Yep, the president has spoken there several times. I know at other national jamborees, figures like Mike Rowe and other previous Eagle Scouts tend to come out and give keynote speeches, and those are really inspiring speeches for the most part because they're members that you've seen before, but you might not necessarily have known that they were part of scouting, but then they get to share their story with you. So that's really inspiring to see the kind of the progression of other Eagle Scouts and other national members.
So just like we asked most of the scouts before you, if you were to tell somebody why they should join the adventure we call scouting, what would you tell them?
It's a wonderful program to develop yourself. I know that I came from a more shy starting, even in my earlier parts of scouting, but then I went through several programs like the Order of the Arrow, National Youth Leadership Training, things like that have really developed me into the person that I am today, and looking forward to continuing my next steps on my life.
Well, I can tell you that you've grown quite a bit. You were about the Caden's age when we first came in contact with each other, and you've developed into a well-organized, outgoing young man, and I'm glad to have seen that happen. Thank you, Nate.
Yep, thank you, Mr. G.
And next up we have Aiden Hall to come join us. Hi Aiden, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. So today we're going to talk to you a little bit about why is it important to engage Cub Scouts with scouting and your role in that with being a den chief.
Well, first off, it kind of gets you to let the Cubbies know who their future scoutmates will be. Like, a lot of my scoutmates, or well, my Cubbies I teach, have gotten to know me a little more, and I'm expecting to see them when they cross over in a few years, 2 or so years, I think, from now, just about. See, it's one of the main important things why I like to teach them.
Absolutely. So when they come into the troop, they have a better understanding of what they're going to be doing, and they know you.
Yeah.
Right? Absolutely. So what is one of your favorite things about being a scout?
One of my favorite things about being a scout? Too many to list, to tell you. Well, first off, you get to meet so many people. You get to learn so many skills and all that. You get to go see many places, all the sorts of camps. And you get to have so much fun at the price of, well, having fun and learning stuff. And that ain't that ain't that bad of a price.
No, absolutely. And we've asked everybody up here so far, what would you tell somebody who wants to join Scouts?
It's fun. It's fun, and you learn a lot of stuff.
I would agree.
Very cool.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us today.
All right.
Thank you, Aiden. Hi, and welcome back to Adventures in Scouting. I'm Ed Gelbar. The Scouts call me Mr. G, and this is...
I'm Nicole Powell, and the Scouts call me Miss Nikki or Miss Powell.
Miss Nikki, you are involved in many aspects of scouting. You're involved in Cub Scout pack, 2 Boy Scout troops. you recently became the Scoutmaster of a female BSA troop. What has scouting done for you as an adult?
Scouting has actually brought me a lot as an adult. I wasn't really sure when I started what it was going to bring for me, but I have grown so much as a person. I've gained a lot of confidence in my life, and I have gained friends that are definitely family in my life, so I have gained a lot.
Does that take a lot of time?
Yeah, scouting does take time and energy, but it's worth every bit of it. It takes a lot of commitment, but it's worth when you see every single one of their faces have those moments where they've learned something new and that you know they're going to carry it forever.
I know you just started with the Boy Scout, well, the Scouts BSA, but with the Cub Scouts, I miss what they call, because I don't work with them as much anymore, the aha moments when they've
Yeah.
learned something that they didn't think they could do.
Those aha moments start when they're in kindergarten, as simple as something like tying their shoes when they didn't think that they could do it, all the way up to Jacob, who is now in AOL, and he's launching model rockets in a field last year, or building their own toolbox. So those aha moments go with them forever. And then we just did a summer camp this summer at Birdseye, and I watched a whole bunch of teenagers have those same aha moments, but not in the same aspect. They even built a swing set with wood and rope. So it's pretty rewarding when you see what they can do, for sure.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I have some questions for
boy.
Mr. G. We have known each other now for about 6 years. We started when our son was in Scouts. So what brought you to Scouting?
There was a sign on Clarendon Avenue that said, "Join Scouts." My wife, Mrs. G, that the Scouts call her, signed our son up. And it's kind of funny, I didn't think he was ready. We actually got in a little bit of an argument about it, and she signed him up anyways. And 3 meetings later, I was in elbows deep, helping all I could.
Absolutely. That is a good word, elbows deep, because you don't tiptoe into Scouting. You're pretty much all in once you join, and it's a lot of fun. So how many years would you say you've been in Scouting, and what have you been involved in?
Well, my son is 19 now, so I started when he was 6, so this is my 13th year in Scouting. Scouting has changed me dramatically. My wife used to want to go camping on vacations, and my answer was, if the good Lord could figure out how to show us or help us develop to build a box spring and a mattress, put 4 walls around it and a roof over it, that's where I'm sleeping. 4 years after I said that to her, I found myself laying on the ground, looking at the stars, camping out with the Scouts, thinking, something's changed. And since then, I've logged hundreds of nights of camping. I've learned how to cook for large groups. I've learned all about outdoor cooking, and I enjoy teaching people all about outdoor cooking now.
Absolutely. We definitely just had a summer camp where Mr. G did a lot of cooking, and it was awesome. The other last question is, what's your favorite way to camp?
I sleep in a hammock now, whenever I possibly can. The coldest I've slept in my hammock is 6 degrees below zero, and the hottest I've slept is, well, you know, Vermont summers.
Yeah.
It's a great way to enjoy the outdoors.
Absolutely.
I think that you should take the time to check it out, and if you have a youth, anywhere from kindergarten through the age of 17, it's never too late to join. Absolutely. Even if it's only for a year, they can get something out of it. So check out beascout.org, or I believe it's vermontscouting.org, and they'll connect you with a local unit.
Absolutely. And I know right now there's going to be a lot of recruitments going on, so check out your area, and you can also reach out to these areas, and they will let you know if there is one in your area. Thank you, Mr. G.
Thank you, Miss Nikki.
Absolutely.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zabretta.
And I'm Orlando. Welcome to everything you want to know about Scouts BSA. Okay, maybe that title needs some work. But if you are watching this video, chances are you have some questions about Scouts.
Today we're going to talk all about Scouts and answer some common questions parents like you have.
That's right. So let's get started. Question 1. What is Scouts BSA and what do they do?
I'm glad you asked. Scouting is filled with fun adventures and making friends. That is what we get to do as Scouts. For all you parents watching, Scouting builds citizenship, character, personal fitness, and prepares us to be future leaders in our communities. We earn merit badges from almost anything you can imagine. Camping, chemistry, kayaking, and crime prevention are just a few. Scouts progress through the ranks from Scout to Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, Life, and if we work hard enough, we can even advance all the way to the iconic rank of Eagle Scout.
Question 2. Why should I choose Scouting over other activities? Scouts BSA is what we call a youth-led program. That means Scouts are in charge, and that responsibility helps them develop confidence, character, leadership, and more.
Question 3. Who is Scouting for? Scouting is for boys and girls ages 11 through 17. You will be welcomed into a small group of Scouts the same age to form what we call a troop. Your troop will be the focus of activities, get-togethers, and celebrations.
Question 4. What about meetings and activities? Depending on where you live, each troop schedule will be slightly different. Generally, troops tend to meet weekly, where your Scout will make new friends, play purposeful games, and learn new things.
Question 5 is about adventures. Once you join, you'll start on a journey of fun adventures. Scouts participate in tons of different adventures, including games, rafting, climbing, trips, and service projects to help your community. Besides being fun, these activities offer opportunities for growth, achievement, and family involvement.
Okay, we said there was 5 questions, but I know you probably have one more. So here's a bonus question. How much does it cost to be a Scout? Like most youth activities, there are initial startup costs you can expect. This includes a registration fee and local dues, along with the Scout uniform and your handbook.
And we know you may have more questions than that. So head on over to scouting.org/program/scouts-BSA to learn more and check out some resources to get you started.
Again, welcome back to Scouting in Vermont, Adventure Awaits. Nate's back at the table again. Nate wants to expand a little bit on some of his experiences as far as what it's like at resident camp. He happens to serve as staff at one of our Vermont resident camps. And he also wants to talk a little bit about NYLT that he mentioned before. So Nate, what's it like at summer camp?
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity. You get to come together with a bunch of Scouts from around the state and as well as some out of state depending on the year. The program tends to be fairly focused around merit badges, making sure that Scouts get opportunities to earn merit badges that they may not necessarily get another opportunity within their troop. So for instance, I, in the past year, ran the archery merit badge. We also have all the other shooting sports. Our aquatics area is open. We have handicraft merit badges. We have scoutcraft merit badges, learning to use your fire, your rope, knives, etc. We also have our first class adventure program, which takes our younger Scouts this is their very first time at a Boy Scout camp, and we teach them kind of the ropes of how to get advanced in scouting, as well as making sure they have as much fun in their first year as possible. We also have our nature program, making sure that the Scouts understand the nature around them, as well as other ecology, and making sure that they're safe and whatnot. But beyond just the merit badges, we also make sure that we have fun evening programs and morning programs. There's plenty of songs, laughs are had. There's a wonderful dining hall situation that we have, making sure that all the Scouts are well properly fed, because that's the best way of scouting, is making sure that everyone's fed. And that opportunity is really fantastic, and we enjoy it.
And where is the resident camp that you're staff at?
So that I have staffed at, it is up in Eden, Vermont. It is Mount Norris Scout Reservation. We have Mount Norris right next to our camp, and we have access to Lake Eden, and it's a wonderful little place.
It's a beautiful piece of property. Earlier, when we talked, you mentioned National Youth Leadership Training, or NYLT. Can you expand on that, please?
Yep, so that was the program that actually I feel has developed me the most, even beyond just the scouting program itself. It is a program where we are trying to teach the youth how to actually lead themselves, because the Boy Scout program is a youth-led program, and for that to be facilitated, we help and teach them. I took the course 4 years ago, and I have served on 3 separate courses, because all of the staff that come back are youth members, and those are the members that are then teaching the youth, and we want to make sure that that is always perpetuated. We teach them skills about how to present. That's why I'm so much more confident talking in this moment, and as well as ways to resolve conflicts verbally, making sure that they understand how to properly plan, and understanding the patrol method that we use within scouting itself.
One more question for you. When people think of scouting, they think of backpacking and camping, building fires and cooking s'mores. Is that what scouting is really about?
That's all the stuff that we facilitate and we enjoy doing, but I would say the larger mission, and even Baden-Powell said this, is that the larger mission of the scouting movement is to develop the leaders and to build the character of tomorrow's workforce, as well as just the boys in general. Even if they spend a little bit of time, I know that my entire family is a scouting family, but even my brothers that only stuck with it for a short amount of time, they have each talked about several opportunities that they had taken a part of, and just small bits of the program that they've taken away, and they talk about it all the time, even if they only spent so much time in the program.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add, or are you happy with that now, sir?
I'm sufficient.
You're good. Well, thank you very much, Nate. I'm glad you could come join us today.
Yep, thank you, Mr. G.
Well, thank you for joining us in episode 2 of Scouting in Vermont. Adventure awaits. As we close out the program, we're going to roll some photos, a little bit of a slideshow to show you some of the adventures that the Scouts just finished telling us about. Thank you again, and look us up.